1% are married before their 15th birthday. Singer Frizzy. The questioner says, I believe the family code must be changed to stop this entirely. Do you agree?
For the specific question, it's a hard no. And I am very much against underage marriage. I do see this as legal rape.
Thank you. Maryam Redouan, academic and activist.
I always have issues with the limits. For example, why 18? Why we call underage someone who is 18? Because in the 1980s, the United Nations agreed on that. But why? Does it have to be the same for everyone? Everyone becomes adult, reaches the puberty at a certain age. We don't have the same age for that. And in that case, why should I stop someone who is 99 days from getting married? It's almost there. No, you can't marry today, but you can marry tomorrow. No, that makes no sense. We should try to see that the person who is involved in that marriage is willingly entering that marriage, and he's financially capable of, emotionally capable of, psychologically capable of getting married, and then why not?
Thank you very much indeed. Yusra Salhi, influencer. The question about amending the family code to outlaw child marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really interesting that the rates for child marriage are actually a lot higher in rural areas. And if we're just trying to be real, which is your, memo, I guess, do we ever hear about underage boys getting married to women? It's really only about underage girls, little girls, kids who are girls. A lot of girls coming from rural areas only get married because there is a promise of a better life in the city. I do think that underage girls who are forced to get married to people under the promise of a better life are being raped of their childhood.
The question is pretty blunt. Should child marriage be stopped entirely in Morocco?
Okay, so I may be a little bit extremist about that, because at the end, when we see you talk about rural areas, it's always economics problems that cause this marriage. In this situation, we can't really blame this marriage. They are looking for a good life, maybe, but if the man is wealthy, if not wealthy, if he's capable financially, if the woman can do the child woman can do what she should do. In the meantime, we say that a child of 15 has the freedom to wear whatever she wants.
Okay.
If she's grown up enough to decide what she wants to wear, where she wants to study, what she wants to study, why she can decide about her personal life.
Thank you very much indeed. Can we hear from the audience? Madam, over here.
Hello, my name is Salma Ramadan. And if it was up to me, actually, I would make it illegal for a woman to get married before she has financial freedom and before she has a career. Because in our Moroccan society, if you go and see women problems, they usually get married because, like Yusra said, because of the economical problems. And she can't get out of a bad marriage, even if she's being abused or whatever, because she's dependent on the man. And Kautar, she said if a 15-year-old can decide what she wears, we should let her get married. And I don't think so, because kids usually don't think right. For example, sometimes they do drugs, they smoke, and we have to tell them, stop doing this.
Kautar, do you want to respond to what you heard?
Yeah, so about what you said, it's not really like that. At the end, we agree that kinda in Morocco, we started to normalize relation between boys and girls. So if we normalize that, we get at some consequences that maybe we dislike. For example, pregnancies out of marriage.
Thank you very much indeed.
Whoever said diversity was our strength? The Daily Telegraph is reporting 14 children in New South Wales have been subjected to suspected forced marriages in the past financial year. Now, some of these are claims of unofficial ceremonies conducted by Islamic clerics in backyards. The Sunday Telegraph has obtained exclusive data under Freedom of Information laws. It found underage forced marriages in New South Wales reported to the Department of Communities and Justice Child Protection Hotline between 2024 to 25 have almost doubled in the past financial year. There have been 117 reports recorded since 2018-19. Last year, 14 children were suspected of being forced to marry, up from 8 the financial year prior. And yet, we are supposed to believe that multiculturalism is working. Now, we have imported these problems into the country. A government source told the paper they were aware of some Islamic-only marriages conducted by Muslim celebrants, mostly in the western suburbs of Sydney, which are not legally registered. They said, "I feel confident in saying that there are a small number of weddings organised by a girl's family taking place in parts of Sydney within hardline conservative Islamic communities. There are many marriages that wouldn't come up on the government's radar because they're not official marriages and they are not registered." This, of course, makes it harder for authorities to investigate as it's heavily underreported. This was in 2017.
This child is just 14 years old and is about to be married to a man 20 years her senior. In a tiny room hidden at the back of a suburban mosque, this shy teenager, dressed in a light blue headscarf, sits anxiously. She's known the man she's about to marry for just a few days.
Same here.
The groom is paid for the underage girl, handing over a $1,480 gold necklace in exchange for his bride. While the girl's mother watches on, she's given her full blessing.